Happy New Year! Happy New Year to everyone, and welcome back to the start of a new year on the Little Red Ninja allotment. In this video, I will be doing a review of my plot, the successes and failures on the plot, as well as some new ideas I've got for the plot and some old ones which are successful. I hope everyone had a cracking Christmas with what's been going on, and hopefully your new year was seen in very successfully, but we need to crack on with the new year. So without any further ado, I will crack on with a review and some important ideas for everyone as it's carrying on this damn virus. So right, let's crack on. To start the review, I'm looking in my Polytunnel, things that have grown really well and things that didn't grow very well, which was not that many, and my plans for 2021 in here. And as you're looking at the moment here, I had a Market More cucumber, and as you can see there are 3 that have rotted down, but the reason I've done that is to let nature take its course, rot it down, so the seeds that will be in there will self-seed. I've added some horse muck in there. This time I've added well rotted horse muck into there, into just that little bit there, and the worms have done a good job over December, and they've taken it down into there. I don't know if you can see, but it's looking pretty good in there. Just a little bit of tidy up. Next to that, well, over the other side, the same with the Market More cucumber, as well as cucamelons, which are really good, and they have finally succumbed, I think, to winter. But in the meantime, I haven't done exactly the same as in that one, but I've added some blackcurrant canes in there that I cut in one of my previous videos, which I'll put a link down below. And they're doing pretty alright. They might look like they've died, but they are dormant, and as you can see there's a bit of growth. So I've got 2 in there, so hopefully they'll be alright. That carrot that I had in here has just not done anything, so that is one of the failures. But I have got 4 other pots back at the den, which I'm going to bring over, and they have just been unbelievable. They are nearly ready to be picked, but I will show you that later on in the video. Peppers are looking a bit worse for wear, as I didn't really protect this one, but it's still alive. It's the same with that one. But the ones I've got in here are doing alright. A little bit of mould on a pepper, which I dealt with earlier on, and there is one right there, and he's looking really good. So I might pick him, depending if I want peppers for tea in the first week of January. So they have been an absolute success, the peppers, this year. On the other side, this spinach, I've taken a cutting, or taken a picking of these over Christmas and New Year, and we're really nice. Don't worry about that bucket, that's there for a reason. Something I add to my leaf mould goes in there. The ground I've got here, I had some peppers, but I also had some butternut squashes, which I've stored really well and just starting to use them. That celery that I put in there in I said about in a previous video, is slowed up a little bit, but I don't mind, it's still growing. The broad beans that I did just come up. They are really slow, and when the packet said they're fast grower. Bit of porky pie, I think, with the packaging. The cucamelon I had in a hanging basket. I've saved the seeds from some of them for this year. The garlic needs to go out this week, so I shall be putting that, but the weather has been so wet, the ground is just like a wet sponge, so not good for those. The same with my shallots, they've done really well, so I'm keeping them in here for the moment. And the tomatoes I had in here as well were the best I've ever had, so I will be continuing with those. And they were called a Crimson Crush. If you can get your hands on the variety Crimson Crush, I'll give them 10 out of 10, because they're a new variety. They've only been on the market for 5, 6 years, and really tasty and produce a lot of fruit. So that's a really good tomato to get for this year. And with seeds this year, I would buy them now. Don't worry about later on in the season. I'd buy them now. Get your hands on as many seeds as you possibly can, because there could be a shortage, which I've found when ordering some seeds that I want. They say they haven't got any, mainly because of demand, and mainly because of what happened last year. The producers are finding it really tough at the moment, so get out there, go to garden centres, go to anywhere that sells seeds and grab what you need now, is my advice to you, which I've done. One of the successful stories of the plot this year has been this door that was made. What it was before was rather pathetic, just a couple of zips, and it just flapped all the time. And now I've got a solid door, which has resisted a couple of big storms that we've had in the UK. One between Christmas and New Year especially, so I'm quite happy with that. Another one was here, where I had my runner beans, but this area next year will be slightly different. Will be all raised up, hopefully I've made enough of my own compost to fill where I'm going to have some pallet collars here. I'm going to have about 3 or 4 up, and hopefully grow carrots and parsnips. So fingers crossed, that should be good. But the runner beans I had were absolutely fantastic and not stringy at all. The variety were Moonlight, for anyone who wants to know. This bit here, all my compost bins, those 2 there have been producing lots of compost. That has got loads of stuff in it that I'm just going to let to do all its own thing. That one is where I get all my homemade compost, and I swear by it, because it really is good stuff and no chemicals at all. And here, my leaf mould bin, I've got a couple of bags, but hopefully in a couple of months in the new year will be a good bunch of leaf mould. I better stop because it's starting to rain. One area that has been successful in 2020 has been this area here. All this area here. I had 3 different varieties of lettuce, which I can't remember for the moment. I had oh god, radish, the white icicle, which I also got over there next to my bin. As you can see, is still growing. But I also had beetroot, which I've got some still in the ground, along with in that patch there I've got parsnips, which parsnips in there, which the foliage has died down, which is going to be usual for that, but the actual parsnip itself is still in the ground, and they're a good size. I've got probably about 7 left in the ground. See if I can get any closer, if you can see. But 1 in there, 1 there, 1 up there, 1 up there, a couple up there, couple up there, and a couple here as well. So they're quite I'm quite looking forward to digging them up, but I'm not going to do that because the ground. In fact, I've got 9 left in here, so that's for another day when the weather is a bit better. It's nice and sunny but very cold, but the ground is saturated. So I'll leave that. On to my next bit, which is all this. This has been phenomenal. This has been producing since end of April last year, so I'm just letting it do its own thing, which I'll refresh later in 2021, but that has been an absolute diamond for me, especially for my compost bin. This area here is where I had sunflowers, and I've still got the sticks in, but I'm going to reuse this area for more sunflowers because the sunflower seeds have fallen into that area. This area not so good, but that can be redone for the new year. Another area that was successful was this area here, where I'm going to have my no dig bed. I do apologise about the traffic if you can hear it, but the buses seem to be more than usual along the route. Here I had French beans and they were phenomenal. So I'd taken those all out earlier in the year when they'd finished, and this is going to be my no dig area at all. So wish me luck on that. This area here is where I had all my potted tomatoes, and at the moment I've got blackcurrant canes, which are got shoots on them, but they're dormant at the moment, which is okay. Couple of bags of well-rotted manure there, as well as my home-grown, home-done compost in a bag. But a bit further along, I said I was going to put a water butt there for my no dig, but I've decided all this I'm going to have all potted vegetables. Those will stay there, a bit neater, but here I'm going to have more tomatoes and yeah, mainly all tomatoes in this area. So they do take up a lot of space, and this area is absolutely ideal. So looking forward to that. They're Crimson Crush variety. I'm going to just go and check a few other bits that were successful, well, I think was successful this past year, namely my water butts. And with my water butts, well, water butt to start with, which was that one, and I used to have that always full during the whole year, and I thought I need some more, so got my hands on a couple more. And what I do, I have a hose pipe, recycled hose pipe, into that one and then into that one, and it filled both of these. These two are full, that one is half full, about there, but it's constant, absolutely constant, so I'll have plenty of water for earlier in the year. Superb, that is an absolute success. So if you see a video, previous video I did, try and find it. If not, I'll put a link in the description below and you can check it out, and it does work. It does work, but I will thank Terry for that. Thank you, mate, much appreciated. And it's got to be level, like he said. Another success story on my plot was this stuff. Celery, absolutely fantastic. Had a constant supply all through the summer and all through autumn and right up to Christmas. And the frost has started to get to it, so I'm quite happy. That is a non-blanching one, or self-blanching I should say, not non-blanching, it's self-blanching, so it does its own thing and is quite successful. Another success story was my grapes. I had quite a few bunches of grapes, so all very good. Some dahlias that were in that pot, but down the side of my polytunnel, all that there are some leaves on the top, but that's mainly because of the tree that's up there that's fallen on them. But most of that is old wood chip, about 3 years old, and that is rotted down. So what I did, I turned it over, let it rot And now it is in a couple of bags down the bottom of the plot, and I've put fresh wood chip all the way down there, and I'll just let it do its own thing over the next year, rot down. Saying about June, July time I'll turn it over, and then this time next year I will do exactly the same thing, bag it up and replace it. And the bag stuff within 6 months will be good to use. Use it as a mulch, you can use it as a growing medium. I've found I've grown peas in them, and that does work. So that's another success story. Always recycle. Overall, I would say my plot was very successful in 2020, and hopefully a lot better in 2021. And also, one other thing that has been a very good success this year, finally, has that been my comfrey bin has produced so much juice, it's unreal. I've got probably about 30 litres of comfrey juice, which will help at the beginning of the growing season, which will be next month, but all good. But in the meantime, hope you've had a cracking Christmas and New Year, depending on your circumstances. But in the meantime, stay safe, enjoy getting ready for the new year, which I will be doing a couple of videos in January. But it is a happy new year from me and Little Ninja. Hope to see you this year, and hopefully this year will be a lot better. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.